All right, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? Hello, hello, hello. We've got a lot of people hopping in the chat already. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Hope you had a good weekend. We were live, what, it was 6 days ago, 7 days. It's actually last Thursday, so 6 days ago. So it's been a minute. Hope you guys have had a good couple of days. We've had a lot of stuff going on in the bowling world. We have a lot to talk about today. We have so much to talk about in the world. Some personal stuff, if you guys saw earlier, you saw my Facebook post. We have some actual bowling news that's going to be fun to talk about. 5 brand new bowling balls. We have a brand new update on the Apex Jackal, which is going to be really cool. That Creating the Difference made one of the best bowling videos, like getting into education, I've seen in a very, very long time. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about this lovely drama going on between Radical Bowling and me, because they cannot say my name on a podcast, but they are willing to throw my name in the dirt, which is great. So we're going to cover all of that today and more. If you guys do enjoy what you see today, make sure to drop a subscription, make sure to drop a follow. I was just looking at our numbers. We are 74 follows away on TikTok from 25,000, which is insane. And then I think on Facebook, we're almost at 10K already. I think we're about 80-ish away. So if you guys could hit follow, that'd be really appreciated. It's completely free. Best way to help support the channel. Best way to help me continue to make these live streams and apparently continue to live rent-free in some people's heads, I guess. I'm going to steal Belmo's quote on that. But we have a lot going on. I want to go see who's all hopping in the chat so far. We've got a lot of chatters already. Brennan being the first one of the day, asking if his ball doesn't hook anymore, will Rejuve fix it? Rejuve generally fixes it for like a very short amount of time. You'll have like another 50 to 70 games, and then you'll be and then it'll be back to how it is now. Otherwise, Demetrius, what's going on? Tyran, Maniac, Tyran again, 180 average, BDGF. We had Celtic Bowler. We had, let's see, who else has hopped in so far? Derek Miller, what is up? Yofo, love to see you here. Liam, what's up? Mitch Man, what's going on? Bayou Bengal, happy new year to you too, sir. D Settle, what is going on? Headed to league, but wanted to shout out my wife for letting me get an Equinox. Hey, D Settle's wife, congratulations with purchasing the new Equinox with your husband. It's going to be a great purchase. Wayne, what is going on? Kennard, what's up? Aaron, how you doing? Stallion, Bobby D, Eric, Jaybird, Always Dead, Russell, what is going on, everybody? Dolomite, Patrick, love having all of you guys in here today. We've got a lot of awesome stuff to talk about. We are going to dig really deep into all the new Brunswick balls, into the new Transformer, into the Transformer drama, what we should really expect from it, and what we should expect from the ball. We had an SPI leak of a bowling ball last week from Buddy's Pro Shop, a little bit of an oopsie there. We had a lot of other stuff. So let's get right into it. And we got everybody hopping in over on the TikTok side as well. WX3, what's up, man? Mailman. Waniac, it's amazing to see Storm stealing from other companies. We'll start there. We'll start with the fun one. So I know a lot of people are going to be jumping in for a lot of different reasons. So wherever you want to go for this live stream, let me know in the comments. Remember, these live streams are always completely open, and we'll go whatever direction you guys want us to. It is a full Q&A, one of the only full Q&A live streams on the internet for bowling. I want to help you guys become better bowlers. I want to get you guys better information, and I want to address a lot of the things that are going on just to help you guys enjoy the sport more, be more educated on the sport, and just overall grow this lovely sport that we're all here to talk about today. Lucas Johnson, what is going on? Thank you for the golden boxing gloves, man. Really appreciate it. But Waniac, going into the Storm versus Radical versus Deviate drama. So overall, a lot of people are calling out Storm for stealing from Radical or stealing from Deviate. A couple things to address there. Number one, this tech has been in production for 2 years from Rotogrip with that transformer. They didn't just kick it off because they saw the evil eye or anything like that. So any comparisons between the evil eye and the transformer aren't really the best. That's not really the argument you should be making if you think that Storm is stealing. Those balls are radically different with different ideas. If no company was allowed to make a core where you drill it in different places to make it do different things, then bowling would halt where it is in a forward progression. What this is a lot of people evolving different ideas of the last 10, 20, 30 years, which is what we need to become a better bowling community, which is awesome. Let's see. Joseph, the first time you started bowling in a league, how old were you? I was 15 when I was first started in a league. That was a junior league for a couple of years, and then 18 I joined an adult league. Let's see. Bowling Crocs. Have you seen the Ion Max Pearl? I have, and it is not stateside yet. I don't know if it will be anytime soon, but yeah, that is an overseas release. That looks pretty sick. Charlie Walker, what's going on? Picked up the Next Factor and a 725. Attaboy. Love to hear that. Let's get hate out of the way, Big B. Yes. Let's talk about that first then after the lovely Evil Eye versus Deviate versus Transformer. So overall, let's get into that quick. So I'll address it a couple times throughout, but this one I want to hit on the head. A couple weeks ago, I kind of alluded to a little bit of negativity that Phil Cardinal from Radical was throwing into my video in my comment section. He's commented on 2 different videos, but today the Radical Bowling podcast called Perception versus Reality decided to degrade and defame me as a content creator, saying that I am not believable, saying that I am spouting misinformation, saying that I'm basically going down the route of don't listen to this guy. He's not good for bowling and he's dumb. Because I called out Radical's marketing and I called out their cover stocks and their ball guide. In my Outer Limits preview. They did not like that. So there's about 20 to 30 minute segment where they were talking about the Outer Limits, and then Phil and Nick went on little bits of pokes and rants at me. Now, the thing to note is they never said ZVL specifically, because they are representatives of the Brunswick brand. That would be a really bad idea in case I would want to like sue or something. They did use the phrase zero. Let's see if I get it right. Zero viability. Was that what it was? No, it was. I used it a while ago. It was zero validity lab. That's what it was. Zero validity lab was the phrase used to describe me. Of course, that stands for ZVL. So it was very unfortunate to see that that Brunswick brand was defaming a content creator trying to grow the sport of bowling. Very unfortunate to see, unexpected, because Nick Smith has tried taking down my TikTok multiple times and has accused me of stealing his content multiple times, including with a shirt that he wore in one review right after this situation happens, after he went through a lengthy process trying to get my TikTok taken down for copyright infringement. And Phil has commented multiple times because he wasn't happy with my Evil Eye comments, saying that it is a gimmick to have those different layouts, just like I think it is in a lot of ways, especially even with this Transformer. We'll get into that in a little bit. But then that exploded into a lot of ranting today on their podcast, where they also were very negative towards storm bowling. So unfortunately, that is where that situation ended up. Overall, it is very disappointing to see that in the bowling space, especially from someone so large as Radical Bowling. While they aren't official Brunswick Bowling, I've had only fantastic interactions with every other Brunswick employee. These two are representatives of their brand, so very unfortunate. This will not make it to a Corey Dykstra. This will not make it to a Brian Graham, someone like that. But this is very disappointing to see. It is what it is, I guess. There's nothing we're going to do about it. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people that will never look at my channel because they hear from these two. But, you know, being unbiased, this is going to be the role that we play in the community, where people are not going to like us because we try to point out flaws in situations. As a positive note, I did have Storm Bowling reach out soon after a Facebook post where I addressed this. And they came out and they said, first of all, we want to make sure if this was us and we want to talk through it. If it's not, I want you to know that we are 100% behind you and we love what you're doing, especially the unbiased content is something that is needed in the bowling community. And we will never, if we did call you out for anything, we greatly apologize. We want to know what happened. But if we didn't, we will never be doing that. We do not call out content creators. And it was actually a really nice post from them. So I want to give a big thank you. If you guys love or hate Storm Bowling, I think this was a very big move by them. So huge thank you to Storm Bowling and everybody there for actually like not being negative about a lot of this. And no, it is not about Storm, of course, but I wanted you guys to be aware of what's all going on. I wanted to address the narrative immediately before it spiraled. So if you see comments about me anywhere, or if you see anything like that, if you don't want to address them, if you want to just let me know if you see comments, just being negative towards me or the ZVL brand, that would be really appreciated. My DMs are open on every platform. If there's anybody from Brunswick who is watching, my DMs and email are always open for discussions. This is a situation that I think a brand should try to reach out to someone behind closed doors and not go on a public podcast without them aware of it. The only reason I knew about it is I had multiple people messaging me during some work meetings today telling me what was going on. Thank you to those people who reached out and told me, and everyone who has supported. Really, really appreciate you guys. Having one CEO or one owner of a ball company mad at us isn't going to stop anything that we do. We're not going to change anything. We're still going in the same direction the brand has been going. So if you do like it, thank you so much. If you don't like it, I'm very sorry. There's a lot of people who are only positive on the internet and will only say good things about whatever brand you want. Remember that. There are employees of brands out there doing ball reviews. There are people who are influencers who are saying positive things specifically about a lot of brands. So always can look out for those things if you want to go towards that direction, if you want to see those things. But that is what I'll say there. If you guys have questions about it, I am an open book. My goal for all of this is to be as open as possible. So if you guys have questions, if you guys have comments, please let me know. I'd really appreciate it. You can also, if you want, you can clip this and send this to others if you want. If you're someone who's hate watching and you want to send this to Phil and Nick, go nuts. That's fine. They don't answer my DMs or my emails, so they won't answer that anyways. But let us talk about, first of all, holy cow, what just happened? 10 gifted from Dan Burgess. Dan, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships on YouTube. Really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. You have been incredible. That is fantastic. David Jones, Tom Ujek, Larry Tripp, William needs a kidney. Hold on. Kyle, CJ, Kevin, Rapture, and Caleb. Congratulations on winning the gifted memberships. I hope you really enjoy those memberships. I really hope those go well for you. And Dan, I did see a comment. Love the show. Love the Discord. Quick question. Would the Super Cuda Pearl sit in the middle of a Rage and a Hypervenom? I see it fitting a little bit about right where the Primal Rage is, so I don't think it fits in between. Actually, I see it closer to the Hypervenom. I think the Hypervenom and Super Cuda are very close reaction-wise. The Cuda is going to be a little bit quicker, but otherwise they're going to be pretty close. Enery, I would 100% buy a ZVL jersey. Unfortunately, we have no sponsorships with jersey companies, but jersey company, reach out. Now, we don't have any jersey company connection. So if you guys do want to use my logo on a jersey, I'm always open for that. Just send me an email and I can send you a high-res picture of my logo. If you want to include that on a jersey or anything, I am always completely open for that role. Very, very open for that. Tarzan, even if they took stabs, at least they confirmed the HK22C solid versions are not the same. Yeah, that was actually very nice. That in their rant against me and the Zero Validity Lab, they can come up with a better name than that. Come on. They did luckily mention that the Outer Limits black hole cover, covers in Radical Bowling are useless. Not the covers themselves, but the names, because they change the cover on every ball. So unfortunately, that takes Radical Bowling an even further step back to understanding their brand. Phil did go into a little bit on it, into a rant on it, saying that it's useless because every cover is different. But that doesn't really help us understand if a cover is strong or weak even. So that Outer Limits, we didn't know if that HK22C solid cover stock was going to be, in the level of the Danger Zone cover stock, or if it's going to be in the level of a Zero Mercy cover stock or something. So that's one of the big negatives right now with Radical. Their covers just don't have any rhyme or reason. They make you watch the videos and see what it does there. Very unfortunate. It's very just not great. Sissy drama and jealousy of other companies. Thank you for the great stuff. Thank you so much, Alex. Tyran, the CTD video on the Jackal was good. Dude, that video was so good. We will be talking about that one in a minute as well. Radical mad they're an off-brand. I'm quickly getting a Spartan. Dude, I'm buying that Spartan too, don't worry. I loved the Warrior series from Ebonite back in the day, so I will be grabbing one. The Warrior Supreme was the ball I won my first tournament with, my first adult tournament. Deaf Sound Guy, what is going on? Let's see. Nerdy, when are some Hammerhead reviews? Unfortunately, you won't see those for a little bit because I'm guessing influencers assume that the Black Widow is going to do the best in sales. It's going to do the best in views. So they posted that one first. Unsurprisingly, that's why you only saw Hammerhead stuff. Luckily, we do have a Spartan review out there with Virtue, and I think Charles from the Hype did. And I haven't heard anything of the Hammerhead, unfortunately, which is very disappointing. Waniac, I would go after them for defamation of character. It is... That thought went through my head, but they are much larger than me. I am just a 28-year-old dude, and that's the tough part. Luke just did one. Good. Love that for him. I've been talking to Luke Rosdahl a lot lately, which is really cool. So able to reach out to him, and he doesn't hate me, which is cool. Cinnamon Chinchino just rolled in Evoke Hysteria, hoping it'll fit between your Equinox and your Gremlin. It will fit right there. Gus, how do I safely teach my wife how to bowl? Teaching someone to bowl is an art. It's very tough to do. A coach is always the best option. But otherwise, if you want to try the basics, the approach, just arm swing, getting consistency and timing down are always the best places to start. I've learned a lot by watching and listening to you. Thank you. No, thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate you hanging in. I really appreciate you, everyone on Facebook right now who's hanging in and watching. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys aren't jumping in for clickbait. I did put addressing drama in the title, which is what we're doing. I was thinking man, you could make so many crazy clickbaity titles with this. I tried not to, but I hope it didn't come across that way. Michael, my dude, always enjoy your content. Thank you, Michael. Also, drink of the day is a Mountain Dew Voltage. This has been in my fridge for a hot minute, so it might be really bad. No, it's actually not bad. What's going on? Oh, mom, with my social media. Oh, boy. Geek, can't wait to get back into League tomorrow. I know, I'm going back to League tomorrow, too. I haven't bowled League in 2 weeks, so I'm pretty excited. How do you feel about CTD and Luke deep dives into the Apex? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the Apex is looking so interesting because it sucked for most people. But I think Creating the Difference did the perfect way of showcasing it. Because of the core of that ball, there's a gap in it. And just like what we have with the Deviate balls, with the Evil Eye, and with the Transformer, the gap is becoming very common in a core where the cover is, where you put a hole there and it doesn't change the specs much. So it made the ball way too strong. It was just a core cover mismatch. The cover was too weak. The core was too strong is all it was. You have to drill it super, super weak and actually with a high val angle to make it look good, which is crazy. Radical said that they're out of line for calling out the dude who's helping me. I was about to buy a Radical ball too. It was a little bit unfortunate that they went to that realm. It's kind of funny. I was talking to my fiance about this. If a brand say, I actually saw it with energy drinks recently, where there's an energy drink reviewer on TikTok who talked bad. They were like, I hate Celsius. I can never do Celsius. It's always terrible. Celsius reached out instead of attacking them and said, hey, we're really sorry you don't like it. We are doing a new flavor profile and we'd love for you to try it and do a review on it. That's what normal companies do and not trash people. Celtic, I'm looking for something in a shiny ASIM that will be a good transition ball for my Sub-Zero, but has more traction. Holy cow, for my Zen. I would go Evoke Hysteria. I think the Viking will be a little too weak. I think Evoke Hysteria. Origin would be great, but holy cow, hold on. Origin would be great, but I think that's another awesome option. But first of all, Always Dead, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, man. Holy cow. Thank you so much, guys, for the multiple gifted memberships. That's really awesome to hear. To see that. You guys are the absolute best. And I'm glad you guys don't see me as a negative. But we have Russell, Brian, G. Quat, Brunzyuk, Brunzyuk, Brian McDonough, Slap, Guy That Does Stuff. These names are awesome. Theft, Tintmaster, and Brandon Yoon. Congratulations for the gifted memberships, the free gifted. Yofo, I was watching Phil and Nick today. They didn't say your name, but I think they were taking a dig at your ball reviews. I trust your review and how you summarize the ball specs with no bias. Yeah, they 100% were. Yeah, they used Zero Validity Lab, which is ZVL. They can't say my name because that could entail a lawsuit if they specifically said ZVL is this because of defamation reasons and because they are representing Brunswick Bowling. So that would get Brunswick Bowling into a lot of trouble. However, it probably will anyway. There's been a lot of people in the industry who've seen this. Actions have consequences, people. Huh. Alex, looking to drill my next big solid ASIM. Would you recommend XL, Theorem, Black Dragon, or Guru? The Black Dragon's going to be the strongest by far. The XL and Theorem are a bit weaker. The Guru is going to be a touch weaker as well. So if you want strong, go Black Dragon. If you want just typical solid ASIM, go Guru. If you want weaker ones that are more versatile, go Theorem. XL, I'd skip. Wayne, kind of disappointed in the Dynasty reviews. Doesn't look anything like the 3.0, but I have a good luck because my 3.0 has 300 plus games and performs like new. That's awesome. Good. That's really cool. No, yeah, the Dynasty is a lot quicker than I expected. I'm a little worried about that because balls that fall into that category, that's like where the black hole fits. That's where the special effect fits, the hypnotize. Those don't sell well. They just don't. It's odd, but they don't do great. It has a spider on the side, so it's probably going to sell lights out, but I don't know. I'm a little curious to see where that one ends up. Which I should hit. You guys are curious. We had 5 new bowling balls that got announced over the last week. We had the Rotogrip Transformer, which was a huge innovation live stream and a big push. From Rotogrip and Storm. It's a solid ASIM that's a little bit quicker down lane. It kind of fits where an Equinox Solid does. We had the Black Widow 3.0 Dynasty, which is a solid Black Widow, but with HK22C cover stock instead of HK22. Now, according to Radical Bowling, that doesn't mean anything and I should ignore it. But that is what it is. That does matter because Hammer actually puts cover names and they actually have strength guides, which is awesome. Then we had the Dark Side Curse, which is a shiny, solid Dark Side, which is pretty cool. So if you need something slow and weak, that could be a good option for you. We have the Hammerhead Pearl, which is a very love-hate relationship on the colorway. A lot of people think it looks like puke. A lot of guys like my friend Talon love the colorway, so to each their own. That is just a simple pearl version of the Hammerhead, weaker pearl option. It's taking the place of the Hazmat Pearl and the Scorpion Strike, because that line always seems to like fly like crazy. Otherwise, outside of that, what was the 4th ball? Oh, the Spartan. How could I forget the best ball in the bunch? I'm very biased towards the Spartan, by the way. I want to throw that out there just partially as a joke because it's not going to sell well, unfortunately, because it's going to get overshadowed by the Black Widow, but because it is based on the Ebonite Warrior series from the mid-2010s. And I was the biggest fan of the Warrior Supreme. That was a super strong, solid bowling ball. I won my first tournament with that guy. It was a $3,000 trios tournament. I only threw that pretty much the entire time, and it was awesome. So this is a kind of remaster. I don't want to say remake because it's not a remake, but a remaster of it would be a better way to put it. Jerry, what is going on, man? How you doing? Good to see you here. Let's see. Let's keep it going. IU, this is all news to me. Those guys sound like twats. Yeah, I know a lot of people I know a lot of people tell me that they only watch the stream, those ones near the end to get in their giveaways, because they do a giveaway every stream. But in case you didn't, oh, well, a lot of people did see it and there was a lot of flack in the comments at me. There were a couple people who actually like stood by me, and I want to give the biggest thank you to you guys. I got to look back and see who that was specifically, but there was a handful of guys who were like, he's still great, shut up. And that was really cool to see. So thank you everybody who ended up sticking behind me in that lovely roast session of me. Jerry, what'd you miss? Yeah, Radical's podcast trashed on me quite a bit because I said that Radical's marketing is not very good in the Outer Limits review, and they trashed on me for 20 or so minutes. So yeah. Great. Sweet Jazzy, I'll make a Labs logo. C300 died for this, by the way. Shameful. I know. I hope C300 isn't fully dead. Maddox, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Tyran, I said it before, Radical hasn't been on point since Mo passed. Bring back 3300. Pineapple from Def Sound Guy. Dan, we hit. House Hack, always so negative. Keep doing me. Thank you, man. So many people. Thank you guys so much. Always keeping it real. Thank you, man. Unbiased would be a slick ball line. Yeah, it kind of is hit or miss. I know Rosdahl tried that for a minute, and he said it didn't really stick well. Dan is a man. I'd buy a ZVL bowling jersey. If they pay to put the ZVL Bolt logo on a Bowlify jersey, they'll have it in their database for other customers. I didn't know that. I've only put it on apparel EFX jerseys, but I might have to check on that. That's pretty dope. ZVL so unbiased when they throw an ASIM, it becomes a sim. Will he still be attending my wedding? Unfortunately not. That invite has now been taken away. Brett Biondo, what's going on, man? What is a ball in the market right now that's like the OG reality? Probably the Equinox Solid is going to be the closest. Actually, honestly, Transformer. Honestly, a pin down Transformer where the thumb is in the wing might be the closest we get to one for a little bit. Otherwise, I think Equinox Solid. The Ion Max is too strong and the Hyperdrive is a little too strong to be like a reality. Let's see. The ZMS and Spartan should be similar, but do have technically different names. They actually are a little different than you'd expect. Virtue Bowling Supply had an awesome video comparing them from their low rev guy. I forget his name. I should know his name. I'm so bad with names. I'm so sorry. But that the Spartan was actually a good step below the ZMS. It actually kind of fits like where a Transformer fits, where like a little bit above a Black Widow. It's actually weaker than you'd think, which is kind of cool. Loved seeing that. Maniac Team ZVL, thank you, man. K-Brew, the Apex Jackal, inadvertently also has insane post-drilling spec changes. Oh yeah, that one was just on accident. That one's crazy. It's ironic. The Transformer comes out and it's on purpose. The Evil Eye comes out on purpose. Darkseid comes out on purpose. The Apex comes out and it was inadvertent. Or at least because of that power band, it was inadvertent. So that one's very interesting. Remember, if you are getting an Apex, make sure to go watch Creating the Differences video that they put out. It was a live stream. It was about an hour long. It's a very, very good, very good idea of why that ball has looked so bad for a couple of reviewers and why it's looked so good for others. Hype video on Spartan looked good. Awesome. I'll have to watch that a little bit later. Rosdal does have a Pearl Hammerhead video. Love it. I haven't heard from him how it is. I gotta hit him up. I don't think Charles has accepted my friend request yet. I want to hit them both up for some things. Tori, CTD put out a Hammerhead video. Awesome. Def, the Hammerhead Pearl is a basic mirror copy of a GB5 Pearl. Same core, same basic cover. I know the core is like, it's a different shape, but it's exact same numbers, which is crazy. That was why it looks really good. Barks is in the chat. Everybody act cool. Barks is here. Was that Sarah? Hold on. Oh, Sarah, what's up? Haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? Love the guys at Virtue. We love the guys at JR Pro Shop. Go to JR Pro Shop if you're anywhere near the Canada area, and they will set you up best. And they'll put you in a YouTube video. Love having Barks hanging out. David Price with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Can you compare the Primal Ghost to the Jackal Ghost? Also, don't let them get you down. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. The Primal Ghost is going to be a step down. A little bit weaker, a little bit smoother overall. The Jackal is going to be a little quicker down lane. Zero Validity Lab would make for a sick t-shirt. I did have somebody tell me that I should make that a t-shirt. I don't have a t-shirt guy. I don't have my t-shirts are through a different company, so it unfortunately probably won't work, but it would. Yeah, they could have made me some money by being jerks for a while. Kind of funny. The only hate in bowling should be when you're excited to bowl and head to the center and it's closed. 100%. I agree. Tyran, I do have some hate for lack of bowler's etiquette that a lot of youth seem to have. Yeah, etiquette is always one that takes a little bit. I do have a t-shirt guy, Don. Don, make me a Zero Validity Lab t-shirt. Actually, that might get sued. Never mind. Tyran, we got Derek. Oh, we hit you, Derek. Robin, this is why the other channel is called VZL. Exactly. Brennan, I have the Rockstar Hyperdrive Pearl Ocean Vibe. Yeah, that looks great for a house shot to start. Really awesome. Hey, Billy Morris, what's going on, man? Keep up the great work. Love your videos. If companies don't like honest reviews, that's their problem. Pro shop people greatly appreciate it. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, no, honestly, I think a lot of people enjoy the unbiased, even if it's negative. Just unfortunate that a ball company and representative of brands was not good. Scott, evening. Love all the content. Trust your insight and bowling equipment. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Bobby D. JR, you make me sad. I've been in the South so long, I no longer say pop. It's all Coke down here. Ooh, he's changed. He's changed. Jake, a new Darkseid. The second implication of the goat ball. Yeah, if you like the Darkseid, this one looks like just a slow version of it. If you want a smooth Darkseid, this is your option. Before this, I would have recommended something like the Alert, but now I would recommend the Darkseid Solid. Darkseid Curse, sorry. I'm still getting used to the name. I don't know. I know there's a lot of Star Wars things you could do there that definitely would get sued, but it'd be awesome. Chuck, what's going on TikTok or on Facebook? Great work being done here. Thank you so much, Tracy. Really appreciate the support over on Facebook. Thank you everybody who's hopping in right now tonight too. We've got a lot of people hanging. Spartan was a visionary ball. Yeah, I didn't know much about visionary in all honesty. I've seen a lot of that was an old ball from them, but it is just a play off of Warrior, which is honestly a good marketing ploy. I like it. Tyran Radical hates everyone and they have marketing of broccoli. That's the thing. The one thing, I don't want to get him in trouble, but the funniest thing here, I wasn't the first to say Radical doesn't have good marketing. That was Luke Rosdahl. He said it many, many times in many videos for years. No one batted an eye, and I say it and I get yelled at. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. John, is the Spartan going to be slotted in strong smooth? 100%. Yeah, it's going to be a strong smooth ball. Absolutely, it's going to be there. Don't forget the Easter egg in the Ebonite video for the Spartan. Yeah, that was an interesting one. There was actually another Spartan that was on the ball rack when Tommy Jones was doing his review, which was definitely a big oopsie, but it looks like there's already a Spartan Pearl being developed, or at least some kind of option off of it. So I think it was a yellow one, if I remember right. It was a yellow Spartan. So there already is going to be a second one after this one. I heard the Spartan called a really big GB5. That's a really, really good reference, actually. That is awesome. That's a really good play. JR, I'm the most minor of celebrities. Sarah is the real star. Jeez, JR is just being too kind out here. Just throwing the flowers to everybody. Look at him go. Barks had a good day today. Barks had a great day. He's plugging some bowling balls now. He's good to go. Yeah, the Canada area. Yeah, it's a small area. It's fine. Spartan's looking good. We come here for opinions. Gandhi, well, good morning to you too, sir. David Jones, thank you. Whoever I got the gift membership from. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, you ended up getting one, which was awesome. Colin, I'm a high rev, low speed bowler. I'm looking at the Alert, Widow Tour, and the Curse. What are your thought recommendations? I would go Alert. Alert has the best background so far. The Alert's looking the best out of those three. Of course, the Curse has not come out yet, but the Alert is looking like the best ball Brunswick is making right now, or one of the best. So I'd lean more towards that way. Bentley, I can't believe the Origin EX was discontinued. I don't think it was yet. It has not officially been discontinued, from what my sources say. So that ball is not gone yet. You can still buy it for really, really cheap right now, which is crazy. The ball wasn't loved, but you can get it for cheap. My varsity coach is saying that I'm thinking too much, and it's 100% true. Jake, 100% it is, yes. A lot of the time, bowlers get into the problem where they try to micromanage too hard in their game, and that causes other things to go wrong. So if you focus on 3 different things, the other 28 different things in your game are going to suffer. So it's always best to work on those things in a practice. That's always best. ZVL Haterade, only the most unbiased electrolytes. Yes, drink ZVL Haterade today. And you too can join the Zero Validity Lab. It's still crazy, man. I can't believe that happened. I cannot believe that a bowling ball company trashed a creator. That's wild. That's a new one. David, do you think USBC should agree for the use of overseas balls? They do. You can use any overseas balls in USBC competition. You can't use it in PBA competition, but you can use it in all USBC. So like, for example, I just bought an IQ Winner. That was like a slightly stronger cover on the IQ Tour. Overseas, I'll be drilling it and throwing it in league and tournaments whenever I can. Just can't throw it in PBA stuff, but I don't bowl PBA stuff, so that's A-okay. But yeah, it's all legal. That is all legal. You don't have to worry about that. Spartan Easter egg was not an Easter egg. It's a clear polyball. Really? I did not notice that. Interesting. It looked more yellow. Origin EX would need a lot of beers to go home. Brennan, do you have any bowling coach recommendations? If you are a coach, Brennan, or if you're looking for one? If you're looking for a coach, bowling coaches are by far the hardest thing to find. There is no directory, really. USBC does have a couple options. There is a Find a Coach website that I know of. I think Carolyn Doran Ballard had a little bit on it. I talked to her a couple of weeks ago, and I think she mentioned that. I can't remember, though. But it's always very tough to find. Bowling coaches also, you always have to take with a grain of salt. It is very easy to be a bowling coach. Like, you just have to pass a test and you're good to go. I'm technically a level 1 coach, I went to a seminar for like 3 hours and took a very easy test. So and it's not hard, so you always have to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, but overall, whoever's close, talk to your bowling alley, talk to your pro shop. That's always the best way as well. Pro shops generally know if there's any coaches in the area that can help out. Be ready to spend a little bit. Strike tutor. That's a good one, Celtic. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Casey and light from the light from the center and the core make it look yellow. That's what it is. Looking for one. Got it. Matt, first of all, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Really appreciate it. Matt Tubby, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone clap for Matt. Rexer, a strong angular ball. Speed dominant. You have an S2, a GB5 Pearl. A lot of good options, honestly. Black Widow Mania is always good. Viking's a great option. Evoke Hysteria is a little smoother, but pretty goated. If you want stronger, I got to pull up. Unfortunately, Storm doesn't have anything stronger in that category. You'll have to go to Brunswick. I would go like the Energize, actually. I would go Energize. Energize is a really good option as well. A little bit pricier. It's at 190, but it's a great ball. Hey, Brooke over on TikTok. What's going on, Brooke? Long time no see. How you doing? What's your opinion on the Infinity? Need a replacement for the Attention Star. I would not go an Infinity Quest. That ball's been a little bit more disliked than liked, which is disappointing. But if you're going for an Attention Star, the Theorem's an option. The RST Hyperdrive Pearl, if you want a Storm option, is really good. Theorem Hybrid, I should say, from Track is a great choice. That might get discontinued soon. I'm honestly not sure, but that was really close to the Attention Star. Motive doesn't really have much there. Apex Jackal pinned down because that's the best way to drill it because of how the core is shaped. But I think those are going to be some decent options for you, Brooke. But otherwise, how's your bowling been? Haven't seen you in a minute. I know you were killing it last time we saw you. Matty Nitro, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Recommendations on Titanium for a lefty that's down and in. Good news, Titanium is not the hardest pattern, but it is a little bit longer. So I think you can play up it a little bit. You don't need anything. You don't need urethane. You don't need anything too quick down lane. Just a strong smooth ball or a medium smooth ball, whatever your benchmark is or a step above the benchmark is going to be good for Titanium. Titanium is generally one of the easier, like, hard kegel patterns, if that makes sense. It's like 5-1 or so, but it generally plays a little bit easier after like a game or two. It already gets a little bit simpler. So I think you'll be able to do pretty well on that. Let's see. Casey, Mark Baker, hands down. Also a great option is Mark Baker. He has online coaching, actually. So it's like about $100-ish. You can send him videos of your game, tell him what you're working on, give him a few stats of yourself, and he'll be able to make about a 15 to 20 minute video explaining your game and being able to help you out. Kind of funny. I got a comment. I had my mom text me. And I have another bowler. What's going on with your social media from my mom? Hi, Mom. How you doing? Hopefully you're watching. I don't think she is, but in case you are, a bowling ball company and its employee was really mean to me. So, yeah, that was fun. Just make her worry a little bit more. Because I ended up posting like a pretty professional post on Facebook about it, just saying like, hey, by the way, this happened. So she must have seen it. Lefty, next time go after Radical's background color, change the color. Let's play the game. Is his skin yellowing? Yeah. It's so bright. Sarah, glad to see you too. Wrist is doing well. Been taking a much needed break. Awesome. That's something that a lot of people don't see with a lot of content creation. You'll see a lot of content creators take longer breaks. It's a lot. It's every day. Like, this isn't a 9-to-5 job for most people. So it's always a 24/7 thing. Like, the amount I'm on my phone every day is way too high. So you'll see a lot of content creators take very well-deserved time off just to purge social media for a minute, which is always good because it can get to you very quickly. Casey, USB-C coaches, no matter what tier, doesn't mean anything. It just means they pass a class. That's what I was kind of leaning towards. Like, it's a good program, but it is like, I mean, it's not even like certifications for tech jobs or anything. It's just you have to pass a test. It's usually a pretty basic test. G. Bryant, my PSO stated that sometimes motive balls shrink. I have never heard that before. No, that is actually the only time I've heard that, man. I would say it doesn't. They don't shrink. But I have no proof that they don't, I guess. I don't know. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that before. AEIK, what to replace the original Zen with? Rockstar Amped, honestly, is going to be the closest thing you get to it, or a Phase 2 Pearl. Steve with the $5 super chat, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Need to replace my beloved Twist. Any thoughts on the Ascend? The Ascend's looking good for a lot of people. That is a pretty good entry-level ball. I think the Ascend's one of the better ones. Ascends, Twists, Surges, Raws, those are all kind of in the same realm, so I think that's a good option. The Ascend is a little bit stronger than a Twist, so watch out for that. The Twist is very weak. Buds, what's the mills on titanium? I think it's like 28, if I remember right. Biggie, keep doing your thing, bro. You have saved so much money on overhyped balls. What are two things? Thank you, man, first of all. What are two things for an average bowler in league to recognize when to switch in transition? Easy ones. Leaving corner pins. Number one, if you're leaving corner pins, don't always think it's yourself. One of the biggest problems that bowlers make is, oh, I threw it bad. And then 5 shots later, you're in the same spot. And now instead of 10 pins, your ball's leaving 7 10s. And that's always really bad. If you're leaving a lot of 10 pins back to back, or you're in 10 pin, 4 pin territory where you're leaving a 10 pin, then a 4 pin, make a move. Transition is hitting, switch balls, move, whatever you need to do for transition. That's always a good sign. It's always better to move too early compared to too late. Too late will cost you a little bit. Too early, you'll probably have a frame where you come back a little bit light, but then it should slowly come to you because there's so many people in league. So I think that's the best way. So that unfortunately doesn't hit the 2 things, but it does hit one really important one. This voltage, by the way, is not expired and it's great. I'm so surprised. It's final date of expiration date. I was gonna say final date of life. Expiration date is 1/12. So I have 5 days before it'll be bad. 5 days before this stuff is not good. War Hamster. I hope that. Oh, that's hamster. War Hamster. Is a Phase 2 and Hustle M&M a total of $170 bad? No, that's really good. A brand new Phase 2 is like 160 right now, 170. And then a Hustle M&M brand new is about 100. And that's before drilling. So that's a really good price. Oil patterns mean nothing with 40 feet aloft. That's a good point. That's true. It doesn't. Sweet baby. Mommy, they were mean to me. That's what I'll do. Adrian, I just came back from the Zero Validity Lab stream. That sounded like a bunch of whiny babies when you're making an inference about a ball that isn't even out yet. And the problem was I was right. That's the worst part. I never said the ball was bad. I said this is probably where it's going to fit. And that's exactly where it fit. So that was weird. That's where I don't understand truly the negativity of it. I watched the video back like, ooh, was I actually mean? But I wasn't. I was mean to the marketing because I think just them not talking about cover stocks is a really bad idea. And it actually it doesn't help the education level of bowlers. While Storm just came out with an awesome guide on the transform. If you love it or you hate it, you will learn something watching it, where for the radical stuff, you just don't. So yeah, that was kind of the funny part. Oh, that was funny. Sorry. It is. My goal isn't to get trashy towards a brand, but it is something I want to address with you guys so you're aware of it, so the narrative doesn't get manipulated in any way. So that's why I'm addressing it here. That's why we're going to be talking about it a lot here. So I'm very sorry for that. I hate drama. I do not like drama at all. I've tried avoiding it my whole life. Unfortunately, sometimes things like this happen, and it's best to snip it quickly, but compared to letting it kind of slowly bubble. Brooke over on TikTok thinking about doing the PWBA regional. Ooh, what I will recommend is try it. I always recommend if someone says, I'm not ready, when will you be ready is always the question I ask. There is never a best time. People going a little negative. People say the same thing like when you're quitting your job there is never a good time. There's never a best time to quit. There's never a best time to go bowl a higher level tournament. Just do it. Worst case scenario, you're out a couple $100, but you learn something. You to go bowl with some of the best in the world, which is worth the money. People bowl in pro-ams and pay more and they don't make any money on it. So I always recommend it. Worst case scenario, you're going to see where you're struggling, which is what you need in bowling. Tournaments are the best factor to determine, like, what do I suck at? Like, ooh, man, when I had to get deeper on the lane, I sucked. I need to work on that. Or, man, my 10-pin percentage, miserable in that tournament. I need to go work on that. So there's a lot of good ways, a lot of good things you can learn in tournaments. That's usually the best trainer for me and the best teacher. Steel cage match, yeah. Casey, they do shrink. That's why their laser and logos are always the culprit for cracking. JR, technically they all shrink as they continue to cure. It takes a few years. Interesting. Andy, don't know why some people see life as a zero-sum game. You don't have to knock someone else down to lift yourself up, especially in bowling. It didn't really get anyone anywhere. Henry, Black Widow 3.0 Dynasty. What are your thoughts? It's interesting. I don't want to like it's an odd choice. I'll backtrack. Assuming the Black Widow 3.0 Dynasty is there because the Black Widow 3.0 is 2 years old and will probably get discontinued soon-ish. This is definitely trying to be a replacement, but if you're Hammer, you don't want to go any time without a Black Widow in the lineup. So now you have two that are close together. Now the Dynasty is a little bit quicker down lane and a little bit longer, but that isn't the biggest deal in the world. With a little bit of surface, you're A-okay, and it comes back to around where a Black Widow 3.0 is. It's going to look way different than a 3.0 because the 3.0 is 2 years old at this point, and that cover died very, very quickly. Much quicker than a lot of bowling balls now. That was an older cover stock, I think, that was hitting the outer limit solid, got hit by it. The Black Widow 3.0 got hit by it. A couple other bowling balls just ended up puking out a little bit quicker than some of their, like, cousins, basically. So I think this is just an option for a full replacement, but we aren't going to see that thing get discontinued until the 3.0 sales are down. The reason the Black Widow 2.0 hybrid is still out there, it's selling. It's still selling well. So you don't take a ball off that's selling well. It's usually the rule of thumb for a lot of these ball companies. Let's see. Tyran, if I can knock people down, though, I wouldn't have a night job. And without that, my new bowling ball money dries up fast. If I don't knock people down, though, I wouldn't have a night job. What is your night job, my dude? Hold on. Do we? This is recorded, by the way, Tyran. Be careful in case you're in some fishy business. James, I have a little hook and slow speed. What would be a good arcing ball for me? I would recommend just something in the medium smooth category. That would be Phase 2, Rockstar, Alert, Game Breaker 5, Venom Shock, things like that. Steve, the twist is perfect for me for a house shot. JBB, I have a Gremlin and a Glow. Low speed, low rev. Smoother option, Rockstar. Rockstar is a great option. That's my personal favorite right now for in that category. The new Phase 2s are a little more iffy, but the Rockstars are looking pretty sick right now. Tyran, Radical's mad because Zach could dust them in a series on a bird house shot using a brick. I'm in. Sign me up. I can throw it harder than you. Can you tell me anything about the Black Widow Gold? I got a used one with a Hammer 3-ball bag. That was a very old ball. I believe that was a Pearl one, a Pearl old Black Widow. It's not going to be very quick anymore. It's going to be pretty smooth. Hunter, my bowling coach said he bowled a tournament with you and said you are not good. Oh, what? That's sad. Disappointing. I'm over it. Who was it? What tournament was it? Yes, I have sucked at tournaments. Hey, championship bowling, what is going on? How you guys doing? You guys have a tournament coming up soon? I haven't kept track lately, but you guys might be more in the summer, right? Good to see you guys, though. Good to see you guys. I want to know what tournament Hunter was talking about. Doug, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Bart, why weren't you there in League last night to tell me that? I left 10 pin 4 successive frames. Yes, you were 2 frames too late for moving. If you leave back-to-back 10 pins, move. Just do something different. You got to try something different. Don't do the same thing. February 20 to the 22nd. Ooh, love that. Love that. I love watching your guys' stuff. It's always great. You guys have some awesome people out there and a lot of guys you don't see in many tournaments. Do you know Lucas Buck? Nah, it doesn't ring a bell, man. Sorry. What tournament was it? Like when? I cashed in my last tournament. Thank you very much. Kevin, I know I'm behind, but I see Hammerhead Pearl is just a version of Hammerhead. Wrong. I know I'm behind, but see Hammerhead Pearl is just a version of Hammerhead. It is technically same exact core, but a much weaker cover stock. So it's going to be like more in the Scorpion Strike range. Sweet baby. Wednesdays are the best, except I'm not bowling. David, I tried my first tourney last week. 1 throw per lane across 30 lanes. Oh, yeah, you were telling us about that. Tied 4th out of 60. That's such a sick tournament. I love that. That's super cool. That's super sick. Doug, I just got the Widow 3.0 2 months ago. Would it be worth it to get the new Dynasty to switch out? No, not if it's only been 2 months. I don't recommend switching a ball that quick. I'd say in like a year maybe, but not 2 months. Tyran, have you met marketing people? Their degree is 1 step below. Do you want fries with that? And you can offend them with cheese. Ooh, Tyran, tell us how you really feel. Adam, both my kids are coming to Junior Gold for the first time. What is good ball arsenal for Junior Gold? We will have videos out in about March talking about Junior Gold, but make sure to come check me out. Weird phrase. Come find me there. I will be at Junior Gold a lot this year. It is just about an hour away from me. So if you're somebody who wants to see me at Junior Gold, I will be there quite a bit. I'm still, I might get some stuff ready behind the scenes to kind of run some things. We'll see. But I will be at Junior Gold pretty much every day. Brooke, my iPad is kind of bad. Can you see all my comments? Brooke, the last comment I saw from you. Oh no, you're eyeing Orlando SYC and Columbus SYC. My goal is to get more experience. Perfect way to do it. That is the perfect way to do it, Brooke. I highly recommend it. The more experience you can get in bowling tournaments, the better. It's always tough, but like the best way to actually get that experience is just go do it. Like, there's only so many things you can learn in your own center with or without a coach. You got to go out and experience these things at different tournaments. Dean, thank you for the follow. Because for me, I've gotten my face kicked in at many a tournament. Still getting my face kicked in at tournaments at times. Like, it's how it is. That's good. Everyone is learning in some way. And I always hate that phrase of like, every failure is your next learning experience. Like, it sucks, but it's true. Like, you will learn a lot. When you suck, you will learn. When you lose, you'll learn more than if you win. Although winning is really fun. Winning is really, really fun. Derek Dial, I just got the No Mercy Pearl. It's pretty strong. I use it for the third game because my speed is highest then. Worked well shooting 236 out of the box. Love to see that, man. Love to see that. Congratulations. Ro, show me the after drill numbers is Radical's motto. And I'm still massive on like, I love the after drilling numbers and I love to see more companies do it, although it's hard to do. I wish every company had a way to easily find those after drilling numbers. Because I think one thing we don't realize as bowlers is those three numbers, RG, diff, int diff, matter so much that if you know the after drilling numbers of like when a ball is pin up, here are what the numbers are. When a ball is pinned down, here are the numbers. When a ball is 4-inch pin versus a 5-inch pin, here are the numbers. That would be amazing to have. But unfortunately, I think Radical and Deviate are the only two that actually have that right now. I think there's a worry because just like this Transformer situation, I think you'd hear Radical say a lot about it. That was in their post, I think, when for anyone who didn't see, Radical had a post calling out Storm, saying their innovation was actually imitation. And they mentioned what's next after drilling numbers, which they don't own that. I think everybody needs to have after drilling numbers. I think it's really helpful for us to learn more. But it is tough to do. You have to do scans and a couple other weird things. Hey, TBC, what's going on? Too Tall Bowling, how you doing? I'll see them in the comments section. Let's go. Lewis, Casey Custer, try and pass a gold test. Most coaches. Yeah, the gold test is a different story, Lewis. Absolutely. I agree that the gold test is a different story. Let's see. Deja Bowler, what did Radical say about ZVL? I've been trying to stay off social media. They spent about 20 minutes of their podcast just trashing me, saying that I am not knowledgeable on bowling balls, that I'm making videos too early, and that I was completely wrong, and basically just saying, don't watch him, don't follow him. He's bad. And they never said ZVL specifically, but the phrase was Zero Validity Lab, which is ZVL, if you use the initials. So unfortunate. It is what it is. Seth White, is there a double knot? There is a doubles 9-pin New Year's tournament. If you come bowl, I'll pay for travel costs. That's in like a year, unless it's coming up soon. Unfortunately, I won't be able to, but that's awesome. I have a tournament to bowl this weekend, a 4-person team tournament, which will be pretty fun. So that'll be exciting. It's on a place that I've either bowled really well at or really poorly. And I think I'm bringing the yellow ball, the Optimidal Glow. I think that'll be fun. Tyran. Oh, you bounce. Okay. Sleazy dive bars. Awesome. Love that. Casey, I'm part of my local board for the past 4 years. I don't get the time away from full-time job to pull away and do the testing. I want to do gold. So my other center has 2 gold coaches, but they're not. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I've been part of a USBC local board as well. So I get that completely. Tommy G, I wish I could find consistency. I was averaging 185 and I've dropped to 160. You're probably trying too hard, which sounds stupid. But you are probably just trying to use too much muscle in your game, and a good reset always fixes things. A good reset will get you back going. David, revolution for the bowling world. ZVL loved this channel. Thank you, David. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody who has all the kind words. You guys are the best. Big B, any truth to HK22 covers dying so quickly? Not with HK22 in general. A lot of the earlier ones did, a lot of the solids specifically, puked out a little bit quickly, but even the non-HK22 ones die a little quick. My Scorpion Low Flare and my Effect Tour both died out quicker than I expected, and I actually had some Brunswick guys tell me that, like, hey, well, not Brunswick employees, but Brunswick staffers, like, yeah, my Effect Tour only lasted about 100 games. Which was disappointing because that ball is fire, and I'm going to be drilling a new one soon. But, yes. Yeah, HK22 does not die fast. I have multiple balls with it with plenty of games on it. My Vaporize also has kind of hit that. It's very hit or miss. It's very, very hit or miss. The Black Widow and the Outer Limit Solid are like the two prominent ones that were puking out very, very quickly compared to the other stuff. I've had... The Black Widow, I made a post on TikTok about that. It got to like 50,000 views, and I had 20 to 25 DMs saying, nah, you're 100% right, man. Mine was gone after 100 games. So I have not experienced it personally, but a lot of other people have. RJ, short pin, long pin, both weak. What's the difference? Do not do a short pin. Short pin wants to hook earlier, actually. Well, kind of. Short pin wants to act like urethane, so it just makes there be very little flare, but it wants the ball to pick up sooner. I always recommend those longer pins. That's going to help get a ball down lane more. Gandhi Ion Max Pearls releasing in the US. It's available overseas. It is not yet. There is nothing pointing to an Ion Max Pearl release anytime in the next month or so. So nothing so far. I could see it because there was a lot of love for it, and Storm's usually pretty good. If they see an overseas ball gets a lot of love, they'll bring it stateside. Shout out to the Pitch Purple a couple of years ago. That ball was sick, but nobody in the States liked it. It's a cool ball, though. It was kind of like, basically it was like a new blue. A current new blue is what that Pitch Purple was. Casey, take care of your cover stocks. They'll take care of you. Yes, 100%. That is why you need SHAMMIES. ZVL Bowling SHAMMIES, DH Lab. Actually, there are none right now. I bought them all out for our local pro shop, and the pro shop I work at, but there will be new colorways very, very soon. DL Tippett, I'm ready to get back to League Friday. Hey, awesome. Yeah, we've had a couple of weeks off. I'm on a Thursday league, so I've run into the same thing where we were off for 2 weeks. Buds, I'm doing X League. It's interesting, bowling at a different house every time. That sounds really interesting. I know very little about X League, but it looks sick. It looks awesome. I love those kinds of ideas, though. JR, I learned this past tournament that Mookie Betts is a really good bowler and a half-decent guy. Yeah, everything I've heard is he's a pretty cool dude, which is awesome. I know a couple guys who golfed with him down in Arizona a while ago, and he was a pretty sweet dude. So that's awesome to see. Yeah, and he's just uber talented. One of the most talented dudes you'll meet. Tyran, the Transformer only makes me mad because it does not come with a bag. That makes the Transformer sound when you open it. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be so sick. Brandon, what ball should I get next? Rockstar Solid Hyperdrive. Oh, what should you get next? It depends where you're opening. When you're at 3 bowling balls, it makes it a little bit tougher because you could get something stronger. You could get Equinox Solid, Transformer, Ion Max if you need something stronger than a Rockstar. If you need something weaker, IQ Tour, Ion Pro Solid, even a Hustle Earth will work well. Beans, what is up? Storm has a video from a few years ago with Alex Hoskins talking about 2LS and the effective depth of finger holes and cog distance and how they affect balls diff. Yes, I do remember that video specifically, and I'm glad Ron Hicklin was able to hit it so well in his video, that the depth that you drill actually matters. So like for me personally in the pro shop, if I want a ball to hook more, I drill a deeper thumb. I just drill the thumb even further. Still able to get the sleeve in and everything, but that increases the differential. If you drill the fingers deeper, it increases the RG. Or lowers the differential is another way to put it. Potato, potato. Chris, thank you for the follow over on TikTok. We are actually 58 followers away from 25,000 on TikTok. That's insane. Never thought I'd get to that point. That's crazy. Eric, if you took a couple seconds and see that your video is labeled preview/first look and not review might help. Yeah, and that's my goal with those videos. I know in that podcast, they talk trash about like these videos are stupid. I think the quote was anybody can turn on a webcam and just read off specs. Well, that's not what's happening. Unfortunate to say that. That is probably the most bad piece of that is like actually attacking a specific video series that I do that people really appreciate, because what I'm doing is translating what the specs are saying and then also trying to figure out where it's going to fit. Like generally, this is where the ball is going to be so that you guys don't have to watch a lot of just hype, not hype and Charles, but hype videos saying this is the best ball ever. You need to buy 3 of them because that's what a lot of reviews unfortunately are, especially if it's a staffer, if it's someone who works at your company, whatever it may be. A lot of them are just that. So I think a lot of people really like them. They really appreciate them. So unfortunate that one company does not. Maybe I just need to avoid that company for any future things, which will hurt their sales. I have recommended a lot of Radical Balls before. No, the previews are, I'm glad you guys like the preview videos. And if they suck, let me know. Please tell me as you guys. That is really appreciated. If any video series stinks, tell me that. I'm okay with it. Gandhi, long pattern versus short pattern, which is difficult in flat. Shorter patterns are, well, no, longer flat patterns are harder for the first game, and then they get easier. Short patterns start hard, or start a little easier because you can urethane it up, but get harder as the day goes on. G. Bryant, what caused balls to die out so quickly? Air and oil absorption are the 2 big ones, and age. So a bowling ball, when you get it, like brand new out of factory, it is still hardening. It is still curing, which is very, very interesting. I didn't really know that till a couple of years ago, that a bowling ball isn't fully hardened until about 2 years after it's actually done being poured. So it's always hardening. And as we know, harder bowling balls roll worse. Softer bowling balls roll better. # purple gang. But otherwise, the air causes the plasticizers to harden faster. And then oil absorption causes the pores to get too filled up with oil, and that causes the ball to be longer and smoother. So a lot of different factors. The best way to prevent this, the one you can prevent is the oil, is always wiping your ball off with a chamois. After every shot, that is the best way to keep a ball in the best condition possible. I have seen a lot of balls in our pro shop where people aren't wiping them off, and they're pretty disgusting after like 30 games. And they look like they've been used for 200 games. So wiping your oil off after every shot is the best way to protect a bowling ball. Beans, can a Vocastera be used as a benchmark or a starting ball? Yeah, absolutely it can. It's going to be a little bit on the quicker side for that, but 100% can. If so, what would complement it? Then you'd want like a weaker pearl ball and then some kind of solid, and you'll be good to go. La Heat, I have an Ion Max. I'm looking to get a ball that reacts like the Crimson Jackal Viking. Viking is going to be your best option from the Storm brands. Apex, yeah, I'm looking at YouTube and Twitch as well. Thank you. Sorry so I should have mentioned it early. I apologize. But if I miss your comment, please just retype it after 5 or 10 minutes. I have a lot of comments coming in. We have a lot of people hanging out today. So make sure to just retype your comment. Don't spam, but make sure to type it after 5 or 10 minutes if I haven't read it yet, because there's a lot of comments. I'm currently at about 7 o'clock. I'm about 5 minutes behind on the chat in a lot of ways. Sweet baby Jazzy B, are you going to include us Discord peeps in the discussion? Yes, 100%. If you want first access to a lot of things and a lot more uncensored Zach content, go check out the Discord. You'll get some very blunt, honest reactions towards a lot of things. They were the first ones to find out about this situation. They're usually the first ones to find out deeper insights about bowling balls, not ones that aren't announced, but always announced ones, but they're always the first ones to find it. So if you like Discord, make sure to go join. It's a fun place. And you get to choose what I throw at League, which this week, looking at a check for it, is going to be right now it's a close game. We have the Rockstar Amped in first, Jackal Onyx in second, Phase 2 in third, Turbo X in fourth, and IQ Ruby in fifth, and a very close fifth. So it's a good match so far out on the Discord. Out on the lovely Discord. We love Discord. Xfinity, I finally made my high school bowling team. Hey, congratulations, Xfinity. That is a super good accomplishment. Congratulations, man. Enjoy the team bowling. Team bowling is a completely different beast compared to individual, so I hope you enjoy. I hope you learn a lot, too. Damn, Nate. Two-handed bowling needs something smaller than my GB5. Darkside Curse. Darkside Curse is going to be a good option coming out in next week. Chris, opinion on the Rotogrip Rockstar? Not good, really? Oh, I adore mine. I love my Rockstar. Cooking. I have bowled for 4 years and got my first 2 balls. One is a Surge. Is that a good ball? It's a very weak ball. It's a good intro level ball. So yes, if you're just starting off bowling, if it is your first ball itself, yes, it's a good starter ball. How do I know when to use a pearl or solid? Pretty decent way to figure it out. Pearl is going to go longer and sharper. So if your ball is hooking too early, going through the head pin too much, or just hooking too early and leaving flat 10 pins, that's when you want to switch to a pearl ball. Hunter, I already have the IQ Tour, the Ruby, the Teal Rhino, and the Dark Side. I'm interested in the Curse. Hunter, you have a lot of stuff in that exact spot. I don't think you're going to need the Curse for a little bit. You have a few too many weak bowling balls to have another one. Elizabeth, are the new Danger Zones similar to the Max Thrills? Yes, actually close, but rounder. Not shape, but like their ball motion is a little rounder and a little more usable in my opinion. So I think the Danger Zones fit pretty well there. The Purple Ice is a little weaker, but the all black one is a very, very strong ball for the price point. Very similar to the Max Thrill Solid. Let's see. Alex, you should do a vid talking about X League and UBA. I honestly know you guys know more about X League and UBA more than I do. I would love to learn more. I just don't really have a way to learn more. Dustin, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Nathan, two-handed bowling. Oh, you hit that one. I generally don't understand the PVR versus EVL stuff. Phil was really going on about something unnecessary. I know. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Luke Bleasel, love your content. I've learned so much. You give honest opinion. Thank you so much, Luke. Really appreciate it. And that's our goal. Everything I'm saying on this channel, like as a blanket statement, is honest. I'm not going to lie to you to pander to company XYZ. I've trashed every company respectively. Like every company has gotten a negative rant from me in some way. How it is. I'm not biased towards one or the other. They all have their really good things and they all have their bad things. How it is. And I'm appreciative of the companies that accept that and are okay with the negative feedback or the criticism. And it's unfortunate that some of them don't like it. If you weren't here at the beginning, I do want to say it again. Storm Bowling reached out to me asking, like, did they do something wrong? And then said, we really appreciate what you do with your unbiased content. We will never be saying negative things about you. We'll never see anyone from Storm saying negative things about you from the company itself. And they support me. So that was really cool. And if I need anything to reach out. So thank you. Huge thank you to Storm Bowling. You love or hate them. That was a really professional response from them, even though they didn't do anything wrong, but they're the goats over there. They did. That was cool to see. I'm a big one on professionalism. I'm a corporate guy at heart. Victor, what's going on? Drama where? Victor, the radical guys are mad at me. Toxic Luke, I have so far Black Widow Mania and Trend 2. Ooh, a Trend 2. I was wondering if I should buy a solid piece. The Dynasty will fit above a Black Widow Mania. So if you want something that strong, good call. Otherwise, go like a Rockstar. We don't need anyone mad. It is too late for that, man. Yeah. I upset some people. Cub Killer, what kind of ball should I use? 2024 PBA Salvino. I don't know that pattern. Let's check. Oh, I put Salvina. Good try, Zach. All right, we're going to Facebook. That's a scary spot to be. A little over. Oh no, that's a tournament dummy. 29 mils, 44 feet, 5-1, and there's very little oil on the outside. Okay, yeah, you want to play tighter line, typical long pattern. You'll have some hook room, right? But I'd use something stronger. Third arrow is fine. Second, third, fourth arrow, somewhere, wherever your sweet spot is. Don't get too far right, though. It's probably going to look kind of gross. James O'Brien, can you go back to your old ball rankings that had all balls in that category ranked so we could see where the old balls stacked up and just having new releases? And when should I be using the Hyperdrive Pearl? So for your first comment, yes, we do have officially, we will be posting it soon on all the platforms. We have the last 2 years of releases on ball category guides for Storm and for Motive. I'm still working on Brunswick because there's like 150 bowling balls in that list. I'm trying to find a good way to actually showcase it. But Storm and Motive, I will post them very, very soon. You will see a full 2-year categorization guide for every single ball they've come out with. Motive was super easy. Storm, a little bit harder. You will see, I will have a post on this soon. The Ion Pro Solid is officially in the medium category. After a lot of meditation, after a lot of comments, and after a lot of discussion with a lot of people, we are moving the Ion Pro Solid up to the medium and smooth category and the Ion Pro respectively. So they are now medium bowling balls, which takes away one more weak ball from Storm Bowling, but they have plenty compared to some of the other brands, so it's A-okay. Tom Farfin, I have a Summit Peak. Where does the Hammerhead Pearl compare? Weaker. Definitely weaker and sharper. Ty Dog, what's going on? Lefty Motive Guy. My Pro Shop has a Halo Pearl in really good shape. I actually, yes, Victor, exactly. I actually have a brand new in-box Halo Pearl that I've stored away since 2020. I bought it right when it got discontinued, and I've kept it for 6 years now. And I have not put holes in it. I loved mine. It was amazing on house shots. Very smooth pearl ball, though. I always liked playing a little straighter with it. It didn't like covering a lot of boards. It was a very heavy and chuggy roll. So I think that's awesome. Victor, you're as confused where the Ion Pro Solid fits as I am. Yeah, 100%. I think it's weaker than a lot of people think. But I think the shiny cover and the quickness of it kind of hurts it a little, like causes it to look different. It's good, but it's just so weird. Same with the Ion Pro itself. It's so weird. I love my Ion Pro. I drilled one a month ago or so. I adore it. I brought it everywhere. It's actually done really well for me on tournaments. It's just such a weird ball. It's so odd. Big B, the exception with balls dying out is urethane. Yes, urethane does not absorb oil, so urethane does not go bad after years. New urethane, even old urethane doesn't absorb oil, but like Purple Hammers, I still have my original from 2019. It's still my original Purple Hammer. It has not gone bad. It has a trillion games on it because urethane just doesn't absorb. The only way urethane gets bad is if it cracks, which is rare. Ty Dog, the curse is calling me. Oh, that's awesome. Brooke, do you know how well Maribeth likes Pitt? Duquesne is on my list, but never been a fan of Penn. I would honestly DM her on TikTok. That's gonna be the best way to contact her. I haven't talked to her in a minute. I gotta go yell at her at some point. But I haven't talked to her in a minute. But if you have, Brooke, you have TikTok. Duh, you're messaging on TikTok. I would directly DM her and ask how it is. She has some opinions on it, pros and cons. So I would not get, I mean, it debatable. I've heard mixed reactions from a lot of different bowlers who bowled there. K-Brew, ignoring hardness. What's the best urethane for two-handers? Purple Hammer. Purple Hammer is the best urethane of all time. Absolutely. Let's see. Adrian, what's a good medium sharp ball between the Effect Tour and Raw Solid? Alert. Oh, Amped, P2P, Crown Vic, IQ. I would go IQAI or Crown Victory will be more in the middle. The Phase 2 Pearl and the Amped are going to be a little closer to the Effect Tour. I love Effect Tour into Rockstar Amped or Effect Tour into Phase 2 Pearl. I think the other ones will be a bit weaker, though. Can't wait for the new Venom K-Brew. That would be... I don't know if we'll have... I wonder when we'll have one. I'm not really sure. Noah, are you still in the Storm Creator Program? If not, what happened, if you don't mind me asking? I personally don't know. No, I am not in there. I do not get bowling balls from Storm anymore. I don't know what happened. I just stopped getting them after the Phase 2 Pearl. I only got one package from them, really. We are assuming that there was a miscommunication where they thought, oh, we'll just send them this batch and that's it instead of continual. But I'm not sure. So I didn't get the Next Factor. I didn't get the Transformer. I will be buying... I'm tempted to buy the Transformer, still not positive. I wanted to check it out compared to an Evil Eye and do like a video on the layouts and where all the pieces are in the core. Someone just bought up our last Evil Eye in the shop, and that thing sat on the shelf for 2 months, so we are not buying another one unless I want to buy it, and I don't really want an Evil Eye. So debatable if that video will ever get made, unfortunately. I can't believe we got rid of it. But no, TLDR, I do not get anything from Storm. Brooke, makes sense. Their roster is very small. It is. And they do well. But yeah, very small roster. And Maribeth was kind of the star the last couple years. But they have had some big PWBA members go through that program. I forget their names, but there have been a couple. I'm not good with like who went to college where. I'm so bad at it. I'm terrible with it. Was it Olivia maybe? Might have been Olivia. I don't know. I shouldn't say. I'll get it wrong. Sweet baby Jazzy B. I know there's a lot of hope in general, but I do think it's more... Oh, hype. That the Zero Mercy Solid is a fun ball to throw. Yes, Zero Mercy is a really good ball. Zero Mercy is a very, very good ball. Yeah, that is one of the best big smooth balls in the market. That and honestly, all three from each brand is really good. Let's see. Drew, I got a Black Widow Mania as my second ball. It's insane coming from a level. Oh, that's a big difference, man. Douglas, this is my first time posting. Welcome, Douglas. I'm glad you're watching. Will the Hammerhead Pearl be a good replacement for the Web Tour Pearl? Oh, do you mean the Web Pearl, the gray and green one? Because I have that ball yet, and I think the Hammerhead Pearl will be quicker, but very similar. I think they have the same core, or very similar cores. Pretty sure. Let me look just to make sure I'm not fibbing you. 248048. Yes. The cores are very close together. That one is pretty much just very typical light bulb core, which is very common. Yeah, they're nearly the same exact core. So it is pretty much a Web Pearl counterpart, just a little bit quicker down lane. A little bit quicker. Nate, never hesitate. Need to replace my IQ Emerald. It sits between the Zero Mercy Solid and the purple. What do I get? That's okay. IQ AI is going to be the closest replacement right now. That's IQ Ball, a little stronger, a little quicker. So if you want another IQ, that would be a good choice. Alrighty, James, I have a Vibo, which got discontinued for some dumb reason. I think the Attention Star and Origin or any more recent strong sharp balls are not as good. What? Yeah, so the Vibo was the most unique Pearl Ball Storm has made in a very long time. I think the next factor is like a baby Vibo is how I see it, but it's not quite the same. It's a little weaker. But the Vibo was weird because the core was so strong, but then that REX cover was weirdly clean on that ball. It wasn't on the Physics Blackout, but it was clean on the Vibo. So I think the next factor is like a close replacement, but not the same. That Vibo is just so unique. It was so round for being a asymmetrical Pearl Ball with such a big core. So it was just a weird, unique piece. Tyran, I'll jump in with the next. Got the Zero Mercy Solid and Pearl and the Venom Shock and Hyper Venom. What's the next best two for a righty? Ooh, doesn't have a ton of revs. Haven't seen a rev since 06. Zero Mercy Solid and Pearl and Venom Shock Hyper Venom. Ooh. That is a good question. I would go like a stronger solid between the Venom Shock and the Zero, like Hammerhead, Rockstar Phase 2. You want to stick with Motive? Raptor Rain, maybe? Pearls, I do the same thing. Rockstar Amped, Phase 2 Pearl, Hammerhead Pearl, Motive. Nah, Primal Rage is dead. Nebula? Maybe? Maybe a Nebula? K-Brew, we hit. I did see an interesting question from Chris over on Facebook. Really good question. Are you going to do your Nationals bowling ball arsenal this year? I will. I will be having a video for Junior Gold. I'll be having a Nationals bowling ball arsenal guide, especially when we get closer to the date, which is coming up in about 2 months. So I'd expect a video in about mid-February of some bowling balls that you can look out for. Remember, urethanes that are too soft are banned, so Purple Hammer and Pitch Black are not allowed at Nationals this year. Shadow Tank, the IQ 78, the Black Hammer, the Crown 78, all legal, but I don't recommend urethane. Urethane doesn't look good usually out there. The big one to remember. Hollywood is the new Widow for when the original 3.0 burns up. Yes, exact spot for it. Alec Lang, could the Origin and Hysteria work well in the same bag? Yes, 100% they can. It's going to be a little too close. They'll be a little close, but I think they're okay. Fleo, thank you for the share. Serial Killer, thank you for the follow. And Elisma, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. 51 away. That's nuts. RJ going to the New Jersey Senior Masters. Ion Max, Widow 3.0, Hater on Strong Smooth, and Real Time Scorpion Strike Monch Pro. I don't hate that. I think Ion Max is a necessity. Not sure on the pattern, but I think that's always a necessity to have that super strong ball. Hater, I think, is a good choice. And I would go, I like Scorpion Strike and Real Time a lot together. I think it's a good one. David Conover, did I miss the drama? Yeah, we talked about it a lot at the beginning. TLDR, there were a lot of negative things said about me on the Perception versus Reality podcast, which is Radical's unofficial, official podcast. So there were very negative things said about me, defamatory things to a certain degree. Unfortunate. Tyler, trying to help my dad build his arsenal. He's got a Zen and a Wolverine Dark Moss. I'd get a solid ball. Cove, that's a hybrid, but acts like a solid. Rockstar, things like that. Eddie, what do you recommend for a new bowler? I see Phase 2 Pearl out. That one's a little bit strong for a starting ball. I always recommend like a Hustle or a Vibe to start, or even a Danger Zone are good options to kick off an arsenal. Ben, one-hander, my infant spit up while watching a preview. I guess he's on Team Radical. Oh, I bet there's plenty of people that have done that when seeing my face too. Don't worry. That happens. It's a gift, really. People see my face like, oh God. Buddy, love my Vibo, but I'm a lefty, so I only use one for city or state. Fair. JR, spheroid core, one that's been around for a long time. Yes. I think they named it something different in the Hammerhead, though, didn't they? I don't remember, though. Did they call it the spheroid core? Because that core is officially goated. Yeah, they did call it the spheroid core. I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, I think I said that in my preview. I think I said it's a web. I don't remember. That was so 2025. Lindsay, I won my football pick'ems, and I'm looking for a new ball with my winnings. Phase 2 Pearl, because I want to see your thoughts. Hyperdrive, Hysteria, Phase 2 Zen. It'll be close to the Zen 25, but it'll be weaker and quicker. So if you like that option, go for it. Let's see. Nerdy Bowler, best cleaner. I am the biggest fan of Tack Up. Tack Up is my personal favorite. A lot of people, I mean, a lot of them are pretty much the same stuff, just with a different label on it. I like Tack Up best, though. Best place to get bowling balls in Minnesota. I will recommend Champions Pro Shop in Owatonna and Mankato, Minnesota, mainly because that is where I work. So if you come down on a Tuesday, Owatonna, Minnesota, I will be there attempting to drill bowling balls. Ring ting ting. I have a question. Absolutely. Ask away. It sounded like I was like ringing a bell there. Trey, how do you feel about swag? I am very iffy on swag. I'm 0 for 2 with the bowling balls that I had from them, albeit I had the weaker ones. I had the Craze Hybrid and the Apex Pearl. They were not good for me. They didn't work in my situations unless you were very high rev. Then you had to play a little bit straighter with them both. I really couldn't get left of like 17 at the arrows with them, which was unfortunate on like a burnt tournament pattern. That's where the Apex Pearl ended up hurting. I brought that with to bowl on the burn, and I tried it, and it did not want to round the corner like a Brunswick or Storm ball, unfortunately. So it just wasn't great for me. A lot of people swear by the really strong ones. To each their own. Roy Larson, what is going on? Brandon, he's only thrown 2, and the Craze Hybrid isn't weak, or Apex balls. And Craze Hybrid isn't weak, Apex Jackal isn't weak. No, they're weak. Like, if you go to their website and you say, swag Craze Hybrid. If we literally look at what they say, exceptional value, featuring our advanced rage-based cover stock, deliver outstanding all-around performance, excel on light to medium oil conditions. So it is lower end. And when I say lower end in bowling, when you hear people say lower end, remember, it does not mean worse. It means it hooks in less oil. It's lower, it's weaker bowling ball. So remember that. Danger zones, low end. Hustles, low end. What are some other low end balls? Ascend, low end. Max thrills, technically low end. Let's see. What does that say? Brunswick, accuracy through volume. G-Men Graves, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Ring Ting, I have an IQ Storm Ball, the Pulse, Axiom, White Dot. I have a 3-ball bag. Which ones do I put in there? I would go IQ, White Dot, Pulse. Axiom might be a little too old. I bowled close to an 800 with the Craze Hybrid. No, that's awesome. Sweet. I love that. I know that was, I talked about off-brand balls a couple of weeks ago and in a video that got very, very hated on. But they are weaker bowling balls. I've thrown a lot of bowling balls. The Craze Hybrid is the weakest ball I've thrown. I think it's weaker than a Hustle. Again, if you're very high rev or you're very around the ball and you like playing up the lane, that ball will be great. Low key, probably could have shot 800 with it with enough attempts. It looked great from 10. Looked great from second arrow. But when you wanted to get deeper, it just wasn't it. I liked my Dark Side better. I liked my Typhoon a heck of a lot better. Just a lot of those balls were a little bit better in that spot. Depends on your pitches and revs. Well, pitches don't matter, but yeah, revolutions. If you're very rev dominant, that's where swag stuff looks good because it's not going to overhook on you compared to Brunswick or Storm, where that stuff's going to generally overhook, or even Motive. Swag is just it's weaker equipment that's also smoother. It's not a knock, it's just where they're at. Martin, given a full arsenal with something in each of your slots, what's your logic in choosing which ball to throw based on what you see in the lanes? Personally, I always start medium smooth ball. That's what I call my benchmark. It's the middle ball in my categories. That is always my best my best starting spot if I don't know what I'm bowling on. If that's not hooking enough, I ball up. If it's hooking too much, I ball down. And then go from there, just try to hone in on what's best. Lindsay, we hit. Tyler Hooten. Trying to help my dad build an arsenal. We hit that one, I think. Let me know if I hit that, Tyler. David, what effect does putting polish on a solid ball have? Just like it would on a pearl, it makes it hook later and be sharper. So surface is the easiest thing to predict in bowling. It's really the only thing that you can truly predict. The lower surface it is, so like the cleaner, like the higher grit, if it's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 grit finish, the higher that is, the longer the ball is going to go and the sharper it's going to be. Polish acts like about 6,000-ish grit, so it's going to be longer and quicker. Brooke, switch to YouTube. I started earlier and I worked with a PWBA Hall of Fame coach. She got me to start sliding. Ooh, love that. My arsenal is Mesmerize, Crown Vic, Rockstar AI. Yeah, I would look at like a RST Hyperdrive Pearl, a Viking, a Theorem, something like that. Bowling Brian, late joining. Hope everyone had a good holiday. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Tyran orders a new ball based on my recommendation, ergo has a built-in excuse for leaving a 10 pin. That's true. If I give you a rec and it sucks, I want you to tell me. I really would appreciate if you guys tell me, like, if I give you an option, if I give you a ball choice and you get it and it sucks, let me know. That's really neat. That's needed information for me, to know sometimes if something doesn't fit somewhere, because just like you guys, just like everybody in bowling, I'm always learning. That's really appreciated. I want to learn as much as you guys, because I don't get to throw every ball. I don't get any equipment for free. So it's just whatever I'm purchasing. So it's really good to know, like, if you guys hate the Spartan, if you guys hate that Spartan, you buy it and you're like, this ball sucks. I really want to know. I really want to know if it's good or bad. That's really appreciated info. Raymond, thank you for the 50 stars. Really appreciate it, man. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. For the record, guys, I didn't realize it. That is Facebook's currency system. It's like bits on Twitch, or I think it's hype on YouTube, maybe? No, it's something on YouTube. I think it's just money on YouTube, but that is Facebook's. User not found. I'm a two-handed bowler looking for my first solid. What do you recommend? Cove is always a good option. Hustle Earth. Arctic Vibe is a hybrid, but it acts like a solid, something like that. Jimmy, Hammerhead Pearl. Hammerhead Pearl is looking, I haven't seen it yet. It should fit a pretty basic spot in the bag. Middle sharp, gonna fit a weaker than a Hazmat Pearl, kind of like where a GB5 Pearl fits. It's gonna be probably quicker down lane is my guess, but it is gonna be very close to the GB5 Pearl. So if you like the Hammerhead, the Pearl could be a good choice for you. Brooke, also my list is UAB, Duquesne, Alabama, Wichita, Nebraska. Vandy is my dream but distant reality. I start reaching out soon since I'm a junior. Oh, you got time though. Like, don't wash it out quite yet. Like, you can still get in to pop off for a year and you're good to go. Then you're set. Have many of your reviews just first time live. Thank you, Raymond. Really appreciate it. Jordan Spencer, what was the drama I missed? Just join. Yeah, TLDR for it is I called out Radical's marketing in my Outer Limits Black Hole preview. Said it wasn't good because they don't talk about the cover stock and they don't say much about the ball besides it's an Outer Limits ball. It does look like it was made by AI, by the way. I threw it in an AI check, their little description of the black hole, and it came back as this is probably AI, which was hilarious. Phil Cardinal from Radical didn't like it. Nick Smith from Brunswick Employee didn't like it, who runs Brunsnick. So I had about 20 minutes of trash talking that they did about me and my channel during their podcast today. So very, very unfortunate that they would do that an official Brunswick brand would call out and degrade a YouTuber or a content creator. Very disappointing for the sport of bowling. Very, very sad to see. I cannot change them though. So my best thing I can do, I'll tell you guys to try to help control the narrative a little bit to make sure it doesn't get too out of control. Deaf Sound Guy, new dynasty coming, was going to drill it 30 by 5 by 4 by 35, however, or by 3.0 is 50 by 4 by 35. There you go. I like it. I'm trying to be like Kyle Troop. That's awesome. Good. He has fantastic form. Try to match that form and you're good to go. BDG, if my PAP changes by an inch over, what do I do? Unfortunately, you're going to have different ball reactions. You might have to re-drill a few things if they roll bad. I hate it, but that's how it is. And it's not a bad thing if your pap changes. Usually a good thing. Epic Crazy Llama with a duck emote. Thank you for the follow. Why the duck emote? I love it. Don't get me wrong, but just surprising. Ring Ting Ting, thank you for the follow. Columbia 300 Pulse thoughts. The Columbia 300 Pulse is good. Ignored because it's $200, $190. But it's a good ball. It's a good, strong, medium, smooth, super slow, super early bowling ball. What is that? UW Do from Derek Miller. Jordan, you know what, though? If you weren't doing something right and had content that wouldn't have cared. No, I mean, that's kind of the positive of it is like, I don't think I was messaging Luke a little bit about it. And I asked him, did you ever get the wrath of like anyone like this? And he's like, no, I've never had that happen. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm the first. Oh, woo. Jared, two-handed, lower speed, higher rev with a Phantom, Zero Mercy Pearl, Paragon Hybrid. I would recommend weaker bowling balls than that. I'd recommend another solid of like an Alert, Danger Zone. I wish I could offer a Scorpion Low Flare, but the Anger Solid falls in that place as well. Something like that. Chubbs, is there a limit on how many balls you can take to the US Open? No, unless it's in the rules, you can bring however many you want. You might be able to only sign up 10, but generally it's however many you want. Oh, it's from Duck Dynasty. Oh, I didn't know that. My dad was a big fan of Duck Dynasty back when I was a little bit younger. So awesome. Dub, I like your take on bowling. It's honest and very unbiased. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Dag, Storm Lightning Blackout. The ball is finally well priced. It was way too overpriced. It's just a strong hustle is what it is. It's a good ball on house shots. It likes to play straighter. It's a good pearl ball. If you can get it for 120, it's worth it. If you get it more than that, it's not worth it. Just get a Typhoon. Future Beast, thank you for the sub. Really appreciate it. ADHD Whiskey, what is going on? Looking in your crystal ball, when do you predict an Anger Hybrid? I would say April will be an Anger Hybrid. PC, I just price checked the price of the Craze. It's the same price as a Danger Zone. I know, that's the thing. Like, the Danger Zone kind of showed us that, hey, buy this instead. User not found. Looking for my first solid. I think we hit that one. I now have Shark Balls incoming. James, don't worry. We'll flood the chat on the next episode. Oh, I know there's a lot of hate getting thrown my way in that, which is unfortunate. So hopefully a lot of people don't get like turned off because those two said stuff about me. I left a reply to their podcast telling them they're supposed to be professionals and not kids stuck in high school. Sound guy, don't worry, they'll delete it. They have come out and I've had many followers tell me like if they try defending me or something, they will delete the comment. So don't be surprised if that happens. What's your opinion on the Transformer? Speaking of drama, yeah, we haven't dug into this much tonight, actually. 7:30, and we haven't gotten too deep. The Transformer is a good ball. It looks good in the reviews. It is basically where an Equinox Solid fits. It has the same gimmick where if you drill it, avoiding their little morph wing, it's going to be longer and quicker. If you hit the morph wing, it's going to be smoother and slower. Cool. I think it's a good option because they don't have something quicker in that spot because the ball, when you drill it pin up, is sharper than an Equinox Solid. It's sharper than a Rockstar. It's sharper than a Phase 2. So it fits a good spot just without any of the gimmicks. If you want a smooth one, go nuts. So Equinox Pearl, no, not like an Equinox Pearl at all. The cover is actually a bit stronger than the Equinox Pearl. So it fits like as a bridge, kind of fits in between the two is how I'm seeing it. Like it's not as smooth as an Equinox Solid. It's not as sharp as an Equinox Pearl or a Viking. It's in a middle ground. Bridge balls are always really good. That's where like the Energize fits really well for Brunswick. That's where the Primal Shock used to fit for Motive. They don't really have a bridge ball right now. But I think that's a good spot just as the ball itself. Now, them saying how hard they push the innovation, maybe a little too far. I think it's a cool concept. And I'm biting my tongue on that one because I think it's a gimmick yet in a lot of ways, just like I think the Evil Eye drilling stuff is a gimmick. But the Evil Eye is selling like crazy. So I have to bite my tongue on that one, just like I will for this Transformer, because it might sell like crazy. I'm not really sure. But that is where the Transformer is. I think if you're looking for a ball in that zone, it's a good option. If you want something earlier and smoother, get an Ion Max. Amazing, great ball. If you want that longer and quicker, get a Transformer. That's where it's going to be best. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's see. SDS, what's the safest way to buy an overseas ball? I like Bowler's Connection a lot. There are some great dudes down there. Jason Guest and his crew are awesome with a lot of overseas stuff. Bowler's Asylum usually has some pretty good bowling balls, but they're going to be a little pricier, usually around $300. They're about the only ones with overseas stuff. There aren't many. eBay's the other choice, or Facebook Marketplace. Stephen Woodward, what's going on, man? How you doing? Excited for the new balls. Don't sweat the haters. You're always killing it. Thank you, man. Tyran, if I buy those 2 hammerheads, it means I need 2 more hammer balls. Exactly. Bowling attorney Tyler, what's going on? How you doing? What ASIM should I run? Super high rev rate. Holy cow. Paragon Shadow, Black Widow Dynasty, Black Widow Mania, Zero Mercy Pearl, and a Radical Outer Limits Black Hole. I would... If you want a smooth ball, like the smoothest one on the list, go with the Paragon Shadow. If you want something quicker, go with the Mania. Depends what you're looking for in that ASIM category. K-Brew, UW Whitewater is the goated school. Hey, Dawson Peterson might have just made Team USA, who's a UW Whitewater bowler. So huge congratulations to Dawson, friend of the channel. Even though he shot 280 in my first game crossing with him at the Masters, which was really cool. Really, really kind of him, really neat of him to do that with a Zero Mercy solid on a 1.5 to 1 ratio pattern. Cool of him. Thanks. But now that guy throws it good. Excited to see him on the team. I don't know if the official stuff has come out, but I think he's close. He's like at 5th or something. Joe Nelson, appreciate everything you do. Hope you get even more traction. Thank you, man. Currently, I'm throwing the Jackal Ghost, Hazmat Solid, and the Vibe. Only 6 games on the Jackal, but still feel the hammer balls do better for me personally. Only 6 games on the Jackal, but still feel the hammer balls do better for me. Okay. Jackal Ghost, Hazmat. Go with a Pearl. Go with like a Hammerhead Pearl if you're looking for something next. Jordan Spencer, haters gonna hate. That's true. Brennan, what should I be using with the Hyperdrive Pearl? Sometimes hooks too early. That's where like an IQ AI fits. That's where an IQ AI or even a Typhoon looks good. Patrick Hooten, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Roy, is there an Ion Max Pearl? There is an Ion Max Pearl overseas. It is not a domestic or a stateside release yet. It might be in the future. We're not sure, but it is not a stateside bowling ball, only overseas, but it looks cool. I love the colorway. I am a sucker for those colors. Patrick, looking to fill a gap between the Venom Shock and Criterion Hybrid. Venom Shock is my best ball shape. It's kind of a hard spot to fit because the Criterion is so strong, the Criterion Hybrid, and the Venom Shock is a bit weaker. So there isn't really... You could go like there's no Pearl ball or Shiny ball that can fit there, but like God, this one's hard. It's like where a Stealth, not even a Stealth, that'll be too early. It's where like a Rockstar, where something like that'll fit better. Like a Transformer, honestly, might fit there pretty well. You drill it normal. Have you seen the reviews? I'm guessing you're talking about the Transformer or the, Ion Max Pearl. No, I haven't watched any reviews of it. I don't pay attention much to overseas bowling balls because I need to keep my brain wrapped around all the stateside ones. Bowling Brian, for shiny balls, I have the Origin, Zen 25, Attention Star, and Ion Pro Solid. We'll be getting a new ball in March. Thinking about Hyperdrive Pearl, Rockstar Amped, and Gremlin. What are your thoughts? Origin, Zen 25, A-Star, and a Solid. I don't think you need a Hyperdrive Pearl. I think you have a lot in that range. I think Rockstar Amped might be a little close to the Zen, but I think the Gremlin's a good choice. It'll be a bit weaker. Coop creates 2-finger, 1-hand bowler having middle finger pain. It's probably in your pitches. So I would check what your pitches are with your pro shop. Your finger like pitch might be a little too forward. That could always be the case. Yeah, Ion Max Pearl is what I was talking about, Roy. Perfect. Jordan, you know what though? If you weren't doing something right and had content that mattered, they wouldn't have cared. There we go. That's what it is. Perfect. Thank you, man. It's true. That is true. Brooke, really hope I do team trials next year. I'll see if I can do the PWBA regional and let you know how it goes. Yeah, absolutely. Hope to see you at Junior Gold. Haven't qualified yet, but only gone to 1 tournament. Nah, you'll qualify. And yeah, I will definitely be seeing you at Junior Gold. Absolutely. Sound guy left a reply. Oh yeah, we hit that one. Bridenstine Gaming. What ASIMs should I run together? Ooh, Paragon Shadow, Zero Mercy. Oh, we hit this one, right? What should I run together? That's where the Paragon Shadow and the not the Dynasty. Paragon Shadow and the Black Widow Mania, or the Dynasty and the Black Widow Mania, or the Zero Mercy and the Shadow. That's where those would fit well together. Any of those combos. Chubbs, build a new 6-ball arsenal for US Open. Oh, God. Oh, you have one. Ion Max. I was going to say, if you're making me build one, oof, that's going to take a minute. I'm going to get deep into stuff. Ion Max, Combat, Venom Shot, Crown Vic, new 2. I like it. I don't even know him. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Yeah, my goal isn't to start a war with anything. I just want to address it and get ahead of it before others start spinning a narrative of any kind. Raymond, are you a PBA bowler? And if so, do you travel to events? I am not a PBA bowler. I've actually never bowled a true PBA regional. I bowled with PBA guys all the time. Crossed with Boog and Wilkins down in Iowa a couple months ago. Michael Davidson I crossed with back in May of last year. Crossed with plenty of PBA guys. But no, I've not bowled a regional or anything like that yet. I did sign up for the Masters and I didn't get a spot. But I am on the wait list. Won't be getting a spot, but you never know. Brennan, what should I be using? Yeah, Typhoon is what I gave you, Brennan. The Transformer is like Red Bull. It has wings. True. Tori, they do. Yofo, they need to make a Pearl Danger Zone and call it the Friend Zone. That's awesome. Roy, Michigan, if you want to team up, let me know. There's some tournaments. No, I mean, that's close, but I'm not traveling much for a little bit. I have to figure out some travel plans for the next couple of months. I'm planning a wedding right now, so that always, gets in the way of things as well, of like, I don't want to get rid of a week or something because of something like that. To try to travel. Always gets a little tough. But I do want to travel more for bowling. I said that a while ago, and I'm still sticking with it. Go green, go white, Dynasty and Mania, or Zero in Mania. How much hook you want? If you want a lot of hook and you need a super strong ball, go Zero in Mania. If you don't, you want something more versatile, go Dynasty and Mania. Nerdy, I bowl league with Walter Ray once a week. He is a really nice dude. No, Walter's a really good dude. He's a very nice man. Celtic for a 9-ball arsenal. What are you missing? Ooh, boy, here we go. Sub-Zero, Rockstar, Venom Shock, Sunstorm. That's awesome. Zen, Infused, Purple, and Mix. You have very few shiny balls, Celtic. I'd recommend some more Pearl balls in that arsenal. Spencer, new bowler here. I just got a Black Widow Mania. That's awesome. Congratulations. Good luck. Big B, do you control the frequency of YouTube ads? Seems like I'm seeing more today. I do not. I have zero control on the YouTube ads. I'm very sorry. Because the channel is monetized, it has them. I don't know if that's something you can turn off or not. I don't want to turn off ads because I do want to make this a full-time gig one day, but I don't know if I can manipulate how many or how few or where they are or anything. Twitch I can, but I can't here. G9 just got a Typhoon 55 by 4.5 by 20. Told the guy I wanted it for beat lanes, but it's about a bit too early or sharp for what I want. Do you think I need polish or plug and redrill? Told the guy I wanted it for beat up lanes. A bit too, I'd say you need it just a little shinier. Just a little shinier. Matthew, are you doing the Memorial Day tournament again this year? No, that is actually my wedding weekend. So I'm getting married on May 23rd. So I will very much not be going to Michigan for the Memorial Day tournament. I will not be there at all. Bayou, are you going to nationals? I am. I do know the dates. I have it written down. I do know my dates for nationals. I am going to be at Natty's. If any of my teammates are on this stream right now, please tell me, because I definitely don't remember. May 6th and May 7th is when I bowl. I bowl May 6th and 7th in Reno this year. I will probably be there. I will probably fly in on Monday or Tuesday. May 6th and 7th, I'll be bowling, and I'll probably fly out on the 8th. So I'll be there that week. Zero Mercy has so much hook, Peter Pan is afraid of it. Oh, Tyrannus Rex, you win. Comment of the day. Congratulations. Everybody clap for that. That was so stupid. That was awesome. Wedding live stream. Yeah, no. There will not be a wedding live stream. I do want to have I'll probably be posting some short form stuff of us during the wedding at some point just for later use. But yeah, unfortunately there will be no live stream. I will have details of a little more about it that I'll be able to share with you guys soon. We're making multiple pages, the knot, all that jazz. So you'll be able to see a little more soon. And don't worry, there will be a lot of pictures. Bayou, we'll miss you. We're bowling April 19 and 20. Ah, shoot. The only way to turn off ads is for the subscriber to become a member. Is that? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, just like Twitch. Colin Lynch, I've heard YouTube detects dead air to figure out if they can insert ads. That would make sense. That would fit. That seems like a YouTube thing. Google has AI money. That fits. Trayton, how good is the new 2.0? The new 2.0 is fine. It's not a ball that's going to be used on the PBA Tour. But if you want a urethane-like ball and not it being urethane, it's a good option for you. It's a great option. BDG, I'll be in Reno that week. Oh, that's sick. Archies or pegs? I don't know what that is. I've only been to Reno once, and all I remember is the awesome sandwich shop that I went to for breakfast a couple mornings. That was incredible. Also, I saw Marshall Kent there with his girlfriend at the time. I don't know if they're still dating, but he was getting pizza at like 2 a.m. Luckily, he wasn't in my brackets. I think I did well that year at Nationals, or good enough. But yeah, I don't really know. Guido, when bowling in Reno, how do you ship your equipment? I bring it with me on the plane. I always pay for 2 3-ball bags, so they're just checked bags. Or yeah, they'll go like under the plane. So that's what I do every time. Now, I used to do that with Southwest because you got 2 bags free. I don't know how it's going to be this year. I'll probably take Delta and pay the $30 per bag and then just be good with that. I don't like doing the bowling ball trading post. I think it's a cool, or not trading post. That's a buy and sell group. Bowling ball outpost or out whatever it is, shipping. I'm not a big fan of that. It's a little pricey for me, so I just bring them with me on the plane. Celtic, I'm getting married on the 30th. Hey, congratulations, man. Gonna be a week apart. Love that. Texas, thank you for the follow. Chris Wark, I'm looking for more hook and throwing a Columbia 300 mass chaos. I have no idea what that is. That is not a car. That was a comment of it saying the best bowling ball I've ever used. That is old. Oh boy. What year did that come out? Texture energy control. I am seeing a post in 2000. Whoa. That's an oldie. You're going to find more hook with any ball you get. That ball is going to be very weak nowadays. DPJ, as a gag joke, my friend got me a Jackal Onyx, and now I love that bowling ball. I'm looking to find a new ball. Really? They got you a 220 balls at dollar balls, a gag gift? That's sick. Huh. Sweet. Congratulations. I like mine. I like mine a lot for house shots, personally. Zach looking to replace my Hellraiser Return with the Hysteria. It's going to be quicker, a little sharper down lane, but it's a much better ball. The Hellraisers were iffy. Go to the Open Championship, fly into Sacramento, and do the 2-hour drive. It's worth it, from David. Probably easier to get flights. Is it really only 2 hours from Sacramento to Reno? That would be crazy, actually. I didn't know that. Oh, not Danielle, not McEwen, RJ. He was with, I don't know who he was with. I didn't know the girl at all. I think, yeah, I don't remember who she was. Columbia 300 Mass Chaos is how you say old person without saying old person. Is it really Sacramento to Reno? No way. It is 2 hours. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I should just do that. Huh. I might do that. Okay. How much is MSP to Sacramento? I can rent a car pretty quickly. Cheap. What? It's impossible to get a flight to Reno, so I might do that. Deaf Sound Guy walked uphill from casinos there and was 100% worth it. David, yeah, David, you are the GOAT for that one, man. That is sick. Thank you so much, man. That might save me a little bit. Death by Sparky, I need those friends. Chris, best ball with good hook on a house shot. Alert. Brunswick alert right now. Gonna be one of the best. All right, we are at about 7:50. I'm going to do last call for questions right here. Last call for any kind of questions you guys have. Remember, if you are new here, make sure to drop a subscription or a follow. Best way to help support the channel, best way to help continue to get these videos out a couple times a week. We have 3 videos on YouTube every week, 1 live stream every week, 2 posts a day on TikTok, 1 on Facebook, and 1 on Instagram. So if you guys can help follow and subscribe, best way to help support so that we're able to continue getting these videos out. With that, let us see what our last couple questions are. DPJ, and one of my buddies is selling me a Black Widow purple pearl urethane. Wow. Yeah, do it. How good is the Motive Evoke Hysteria from Maria? It's a great ball. It's ball of the year in 2025. It was the best ball of the year. Artie, what is going on? Can I ask you? I want to get a hammer effect for my second ball. Yeah, that ball's really good. Absolutely really good ball, Artie. Also, thank you for jumping in. Really appreciate it. All right. Primal Shock. Is it worth getting used? Yeah, that ball's great. 180 average. Who should I drop on Pokemon Legends ZA? Good question. Depends who you have right now. I ran with what did I run? Greninja. I had an Emboar, not Emboar. Was it Emboar? Yeah, it was Emboar. Greninja, Emboar. I had a Metagross for a minute. I had a Salamence for a minute. I had an overpowered team. Super OP, but it was great. But plenty of great options out there for that game. How does it roll? What is its motion? It is a strong and sharp bowling ball, so it's going to get a little further down lane, but still be good in oil. It's going to be smoother than something like a Crown Victory or than a lot of the Pearl balls on the market, but still quick. Still sharp down lane. K-Brew, is the Raptor Rain the best Raptor of all time? Oh, 100% it is. It's still not the best ball ever, but it's good. The other Raptors were bad. Flyfella just won this quarter of my league with a Hyperdrive Pearl. Nice. Congratulations. That is awesome. Ty Dog, what do you think about the Dark Side paired with the Dark Side Curse? I have not seen the Dark Side Curse go down the lane yet. Has there been a review of this bowling ball? I honestly am not sure if there's been a review of that ball. Let's go to YouTube. Let's see. Dark Side Curse. There has been. Sarah had it. Rev It Up Bowling has one. And then Deviate has theirs. And then it's me. Okay. So very few reviews. I have not seen the ball go down the lane yet, so I can't confirm. I can't say anything there. Sign my chamois in Sacramento. Oh, deal. If we go to Sacramento, I will let you guys know. Absolutely. Is the Primal Ghost better or the Nebula? They're very different balls. The Primal Ghost is going to be stronger in oil, but a lot smoother down lane. The Nebula is going to be weaker, but also sharper. The two very different balls. Most overhyped ball of 2025. I personally still think the Evil Eye. I know it's doing really well, and it is a good ball, but the hype for it and the amount of ball of the years that was thrown on it was just a little too high. Otherwise, that's kind of tough. Identity's probably not even. Identity's a good ball. I think second Identity just because of what happened with it. Kyle Campbell, what's up? Good evening. Cub Killer. I have an Origin EX, Physics Blackout, IQ Tour, and Forza Redline. Whoa, that's interesting. I would get a Pearl ball. You don't have any like true pearls. The Forza's a pearl, but it acts like a solid. So I'd get something shiny. Tyran, we have a contest. Design Zero Validity Labs t-shirts. I'm in. Big B, thanks for your live stream. Appreciate your hard work. Thank you, Big B. Really appreciate it. 180. I'm on Wild Zone 3. Yeah, absolutely. Just shoot it my way. Lauren, I'm a no-thumb bowler, 360 rev rate, 15 mile an hour speed. Do you know what a good ball would be for league shots? Oh, there's literally 100 options. I like the Rockstar Amped as a little more rev dominant. If you're more rev dominant, Alert's also awesome. Venom Shock, you can't go wrong with. BDGF, getting an Evoke Hysteria, finally love it. Wally, looking to replace Effect Tour with a Motive Ball. Lethal Venom's the closest you'll get. Jaybird, Rev It Up has a review. Great stream. Thank you, David, and thank you for the good luck. Tyran, Evil Eye sells because it's a goth. Jeez. Eric, when your finger gets cut open during bowling, do you just let it heal or throw some finger tape? I don't do finger tape because that makes the thumb hole or the finger hole tighter, and I hate that. I use, if I have any, I will use skin patches. Skin patches. Liquid bandages are the best play. Doesn't have to be skin patch. Honestly, liquid bandage is cheaper. You get it from Walmart. Zach Cleveland, have you gotten a chance to throw the Apex? I did not end up getting an Apex, unfortunately. What happened is I would have had to buy 2 of them and then we would have had to sell one as a pro shop, but we cannot sell Motive stuff as a shop. It just, nobody wants it. It's not like we can't. Nobody wants Motive stuff because we're in an area that's a bit cheaper. People want cheap equipment and Motive's never on that. So unfortunately, it doesn't really happen. David, curious of your opinion on replacing my Crimson with a Primal Rage. Primal Rage will be a heck of a lot weaker. Going to be a heck of a lot weaker bowling ball, but it should still be a good option, just weaker and quicker. Just wanted you to know you're appreciated. Thank you, Mitch, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for all the beautiful comments that you give as well. Love your comments in here. What's a step up from the Hustle BRY? Hustle or IQ AI is a good option. High Road 40 is a good option. Tim, any thoughts on the Guru Oracle? Guru Oracle is a good ball. It's a good ball. It's a strong, smooth. It's going to get discontinued in 6 months because it was a radical ball coming out at the same time as a lot of other really good equipment. So it got ignored a bit, but it's good. It's fine. Brennan, should I be throwing my Rockstar for my first ball or my Hyperdrive Pearl? If there's not much oil, you'll need to throw your Hyperdrive. Usually you'd throw your Rockstar though. It's always fun. I love it. Every time I give like last call, it is the most questions we get for like 45 minutes. It's crazy. I made sure to say it a little bit earlier this time so I don't run over. DK, thoughts on the IQ Ruby Tour 78? So that one's not an IQ Ruby, DK. That is the IQ Tour 78. That is a urethane ball, and I think it's a bad option. I am not a fan of that ball. If you need a urethane, do not get the IQ 78. The Purple Hammer is just generally better. Tim Cornish, opinions on the new Black Widow. I haven't seen much about it. I've seen a couple reviews posted. I haven't seen much on them. It's been a pretty hectic couple days. It's just a quicker version of the Black Widow 3.0. So if you like your 3.0, don't get the Dynasty. They're too close together, but it is a longer and quicker version. Stallion, what does polishing a solid cover actually do? Makes it longer and sharper. The ball is going to hook later, but it's going to be sharper on friction. And BDGF, appreciate you. Thank you, man. Hope to see you in Reno as well. Alec, can you explain the adjustment for wrap 10s and flat 10s? Ball changes, adjustment with feet and eyes. How many times in a row of getting a flat 10, wrap 10 before the decision? I always go 2. If you leave 2 in a row, move. Make a change. And the changes you made, all of them work. Hand adjustments, eye adjustments, 2 and 1 moves, 4 and 2 moves, ball changes, all of it's on the table. But if you leave 2 in a row, do not stay there. It's not you that's doing it. It's where you're throwing that is causing the 10 pins. That's when you want to move. Keith, how do you feel about the next factor? My son just got one and loves it. It looks really good. It's just ignored. It's a great ball, but it was $200 and was riding the coattails of the Phase 2 Pearl. Kind of set up for failure, unfortunately. I think that would have been a great ball to release in like April or March. Like later on in the season when the hype kind of dies down a little bit after the Phase 2 Pearl, after the Transformer, after whatever's next, then you pop in with a next factor and people go through the roof. I think the timing of that was just not great. James O'Brien, you're going to be the last one. If you were to get just Storm balls, not even the sub brands, would you have an IQ 2 or solid and a Phase 2? Yes, 100%. Those are 2 of the best balls on the market yet. I love IQs. I always have a Phase 2 with me. So 100% I would agree with that. All right. Well, that is going to be it for tonight. I can feel my voice getting a little more hoarse, so we are going to call it on that. I want to thank all of you guys for hanging in, showing all the support today. I really do appreciate it. Drama's never fun, and some of the unfun internet things happen, but we will still have our usual content coming every single day on all of our platforms. YouTube, we have an awesome Storm ball guide coming tomorrow, where we're going to talk about all the Storm bowling balls of this year and of the last 2 years, looking at where they all fit against each other. And then also on the short form platforms, we'll have the same thing. So make sure to follow or make sure to subscribe, whatever platform you're on, whichever the free version is, so that you can stay notified and up to date on our next video, so you can see how all the Storm bowling balls match up against each other. We'll have a Motive and a Brunswick one very, very soon. We have a lot of really cool content coming in the next couple of weeks. So thank you guys all so much for hanging in. First of all, TikTok, I'm going to say goodbye to you first. TikTok, I really appreciate it. We had a ton of people all night. Thank you guys so much. We are 36 away from 25,000. So I really hope we can hit that tomorrow. Thank you guys all for helping us reach 250,000 followers. That is amazing. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you, TikTok, on the next one. And that there. Tyran, as another old person, I'll tell Phil to get off your lawn. Thank you, man. All right. And that is going to be it for all of our long form platforms too. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, we have a lot of great content coming in the next couple of weeks. We have an Arsenal guide coming very soon. We have a lot of great content we filmed. I have a couple more ideas. We're going to do a budget versus expensive bowling arsenal video again. We did one last year, and we're going to remake it for what the current cheapest balls on the market are and the best bang for your bucks. So be ready for that very, very soon. But otherwise, we're going to call it on that. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. I will see you next week, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.